Oh, there it goes. All right. Good evening, everyone. How are y'all doing? Terror, welcome, man. You've been hanging around waiting. Good to see you. Wasabi, welcome. See, Bernaldez, you made it. Luna, welcome. All right, we already got quite a few people in here. Whew, hope everyone had a good weekend. I'm here. Now, where's the mead? The mead is actually in the kitchen. I might have to open me a bottle of that tonight, actually. Let's see. Let's see if we can. Oh, that's a little better. All right, cool. Now we're figuring this out. Okay, still working on figuring out the new camera a little bit, so bear with me. Because I really only use it for the live streams, so I don't get too much time to tinker with it. I am trying to tinker with it a bit more when I do video calls and the whatnot, so maybe that'll help a bit. We'll see. Hey, Peachy, you made it. Okay, so I have had a busy freaking week, people. Oh my goodness. My workings with Odin have already started and are going very, very heavy already this year. He's already got me setting goals for working out and actually started a routine recently, which is kicking my rear. A few of you in the Discords heard me talk about it. It's weird. I can't tell where I'm looking with this new camera. I want to look at the screen, but the camera's like right there. Anyway, also trying to work a little bit more on the Clifothic path working. That has slowed down a little, so we're going to keep on plugging through on that. Did get some videos filmed this week. Oh, that does remind me though. If y'all request a video, I do put it on a list. I do try to get to them as much as possible. Yes, Bernaldus, this is the new camera. Obviously, we do one video release a week. We also do the live streams, and we're trying to get to content that is needed by as many people as possible. So we do have to prioritize certain topics over other topics. But I do try to get to them. So if a video, like for example, this week we had the Practical Guide to Asatru review video come up. I have had countless people ask me for a book recommendation around Norse practice. And all you hear in the live stream know I can never remember the title of that book. I've tried and tried and tried. It's embarrassing, but true. So getting that review up was very important, especially since I've already said we're going to be focusing more on Norse practice this year, right? So I did prioritize that one. So if you haven't seen your requested video yet, I will try to get it. If a few months go by and you want to remind me, that's fine. But please don't email me complaining that you haven't seen it. Let's see. Oh, Tara, I know he cares. And actually, I used to enjoy working out. I just lost the habit. But that's okay. We're jumping in full force right now. I hope it's clear. I mean, I can definitely tell from this side it's clear. I think when the lightning hit the laptop, it screwed the camera up that's on the built-in laptop that I use for streaming. Oh, peppermint mead. That actually sounds pretty good. Oh, I'm sure it will, Wasabi. Anytime I end up path working with Odin, it always comes out really, really good. I've never had one that I haven't enjoyed with him. Daria, do I have any tips for how to start connecting with dragons? Honestly, the Dragon's Flame ritual and meditating in that draconic energy that it generates is a great way to start that. Also, reaching out to a guardian dragon, which we do have videos on both of those here on the channel, is probably the two best ways to start connecting with dragons, Daria. Don't take off, Drake, don't take off your hat. It's containing your power so the camera can handle it. I think I can do that, Wasabi. I do. Jade, welcome. Glad you made it. We got, people, before Peachy gets on to me about it, make sure you're hitting that like button. Let YouTube know you like the work we're doing. Those likes and comments really do help the channel out. Let's see, what else has been going on this week? Honestly, obviously, where this is the first week after New Year's, it's been largely a preparatory week. We've been trying to juggle things and get things in order and go back over our notes and our workboard to make sure everything's where it needs to be, including the Dragon Magic 102 course, which is still coming. So it's just been one thing after another this week. And it's been more the paper side. So it's been more office work for me outside just the path working with Odin or my ritual work that I do privately. Getting ready to hit this year hard. So it's weird because it's been a really busy week where, at least for the normal workload I'm used to, I don't feel like I got as much done. But technically speaking, all the office organizing work I did get done, which, well, that's going to be a huge help. Daria, thank you very much. I just wanted to ask, make sure I wasn't missing something. No problem, Daria. Always happy to help. Also, someone asked me in email, are the artwork canvases of the Dragon's Eye Seal and the Draconic Rulers still available? Yes, they are. Just go to the merch shop at workingdragonmystic.com, click the merch tab. Those are over there, as are all the coffee cups, a few shirts, stuff like that. You'll find them all over there. As well as like the wall hangings, like this one here behind me, that you can use as a ritual circle. So yes, they are all still available if you have not picked one up yet. You want to get into enchanting? Any beginner tips? Honestly, enchanting items it's about energy focus, because in order to enchant an item, you need to push a lot of energy into it, and you need to have a way to seal that energy into it, whether it's with a sigil for the actual energy that you're putting into it, so that you can make sure that the sigil is on there, or you essentially saturate the very core of that item for so long that it holds it. And that can't really be done in a single ritual. It's something that would have to be done long period. If you're not using sigils or script or symbols of some kind, you're looking at probably a minimum of a year to get a reasonable enchantment to last long term. So beginning enchantments is usually something where you imbue something with energy roughly every month and continue to use it, and the enchantment will slowly wear down. But from there, you can go into using sigils and whatnot to help lock the energy in, or long-term daily enchanting processes to make sure that it's locked in good and heavy. That would be the Cliff Notes versions of it there, Wasabi. So, and as you all can probably tell, I'm doing a lot better. Practically no cough. Nights are a little iffy, but other than a few coughs at night, it's gone. So I'm happy about that. And coffee's good too. Yeah. Let's see. It seems like there was something else I was supposed to tell you all. And I'm not remembering it. I am also starting to take notes with the Sealy Court or the Summer Fae. So that's actually happening. So I'm taking those notes for the Fae path workings, which that's going to be fun. Let's see, what do we got here? Introverted Alchemist, new to your channel. Are you taking questions? Yeah, introverted. Yeah, I'll take a question. Just make sure it's not political or anything like that. We stay away from politics or attacking religions here. We try to keep it civil. So as long as it's not in those categories, I'll take the question. And I'll do my best to answer it. I've said many times, I don't know it all. Let's see. Grats, Wasabi. Grats. Servitors are very handy. They really are. Not yet, Terror. I did look into the animal thing a little bit. So, and yeah, animals can actually ascend. I don't know the details of the process, but yeah, they can. Hi, twins. Please be nice. Uh-oh, did I miss somebody not being nice up in there, Peachy? Yeah, people, please try to be nice and civil in here. That is very helpful. Which honestly, I have to tip my hat to y'all because we've been doing this. Wow, today is episode 50 of Research and Ramblings. Oh, my twins. Oh, those two, yeah. That is 50 live streams for Research and Ramblings we've done. And I honestly got to say, you guys have been great. We've not had a lot of drama. Well, I can't think of anything we've really had happen. So it's, we got a good community here. So I'm really blessed in that factor. Okay, Wasabi, you've not actually made full contact with Terrafana. It will only be like an echo or a shadow of her. You can't actually reach the rulers without finding the guardian and a co-magician first. The rulers are not allowed to contact you till that point. But the Dragon's Flame ritual doesn't get you a guardian dragon. It's only part of the process. Make sure you're checking out the Guardian Dragon guided meditation video as well, because that actually has the process in it. Cole, do you know how to invoke spirits with a circle and triangle? Actually, if you're using a circle and triangle similar to the Solomonic tradition, you're actually evoking, because evoking means the entity is external from you. And in the case of that, the triangle is where the spirit shows up, which is external. So that'd be evoking. And I've got it in journal somewhere, but I personally choose to evoke without a triangle. So I just evoke them into the room where I am. And I don't remember exactly what is written across the triangle, though I do know different traditions use different wording. I'd have to dig my notes up on that one to get the exact wording. And invoking, in case you're wondering, that actually brings it into you, which is a bit more advanced and can be a little more dangerous because that's basically one step toward possession. Let's see. Introverted alchemist. Can I still perform dragon magic with a small plastic statue of a dragon? Or does it need to be something natural like crystal shaped or wood? No, you can totally use plastic. Dragons don't give one rat's patoot about natural materials. In fact, a dragon will laugh at you for calling plastic non-natural because their first question is going to be, what's not natural? What part of that did not come from the natural world? And the answer is none of it. It may be a byproduct of creating something from the natural world, but it is still from the natural world. And that's even if you use a statue. You don't need one. But yeah, you can use any materials you like. That's just fine. Good question, though, Alchemist. Appreciate it. Oh, well, Wasabi, you're going to love the Dragon Magic 101 course, man. It goes into detail. Hey, Bodo, better late than never. Welcome. Glad you can make it. We're just getting started, getting fired up, getting some coffee in us, especially me. It has been one of those crazy weeks. So I'm pretty much running on coffee at this point. My desk is a mess here. You will need to still train your arcane senses, Cole, because what's going to happen is you're going to bring the spirit's essence fully to the material plane, but it still will not have a physical body. Its spirit, its full energy, its full presence will materialize. So you're still going to need to view it with your third eye or your arcane sight because it does not have a physical, tangible body, which is the only thing that your physical eyes register. So you will need to make sure you have all your arcane senses trained up so you will be able to communicate with it fully. A lot of people think evocation, it's going to materialize physically just as tangible as a cell phone. That's not the case. That's why I tell people you cannot work on your meditation too much. You cannot work on your arcane senses too much. You really cannot. Those are foundational skills for practically any form of magic to some degree whatsoever, period. You also can't work on your ability to work with energy too much. But you're also going to need focus and discipline. Because for an evocation, you need to maintain that trance state the entire time. If you break trance state, the whole ritual falls apart. I can't remember if we discussed that in the Arcane, I want to say we talk about it a little bit in the Arcane Senses, Arcane Psych class at the WorkingDragonMystic.com, Wasabi. I know we discuss it in Dragon Magic 102 because I've already shot those videos. And I either have a video on screen planned or there's already one on the channel. I can't remember which. Sorry about that. But you do have to be able to get into a trance state, Wasabi, and you are going to have to relax your eyes, and you are going to have to open your arcane sight. Do I have a recommended schedule or amount of time for arcane senses meditation every day? That's tricky because I do recommend roughly 15 to 30 minutes of meditation a day. And when you're working on multiple projects, that does get trickier because like me, if I'm not working on anything, I can sit down and do 30 minutes of meditation where I get to just listen for messages or insight. But when I'm working on something, I either have to split that 30 up or I'm going to have to do more than 30 minutes meditation a day. So if you're working on something specific, I would give that its own personal 15-minute meditation at minimum. And if you're working and you're wanting to double down on and focus on something hard, I'd give it its own 30 minutes. But don't let that 15 or 30 minutes replace your daily relaxation meditation and centering meditation. Does that make sense, Tara? LDX, welcome. T Busy, welcome. Good to see you both again. What's my thoughts on meditating with caffeine in your system? Is trance still likely? Oh, it's very likely. In fact, Alchemist, I have never done meditation or trance without caffeine in my system that I'm aware of. I drink, the only thing I drink is coffee and water. That's it. That's all I drink. I'll occasionally have a beer, but my go-to beverages throughout the day is coffee. In fact, this is on my desk all the time. And those in the Discord know I keep coffee with me. My wife actually got me this coffee cup for Christmas. So yeah, trance work is very, very doable. In fact, a lot of people actually find it easier because there's a lot of people who, as they get close to that trance state, they just drop off to sleep and they have trouble maintaining the trance state without slipping into sleep. And having a little caffeine in the system actually helps prevent that from happening. So yeah, I'll be honest with you. In all the years I've been doing this and all the students and all the different magicians I've worked with, none of them have reported any ill effects to caffeine. Well, with their metaphysical practice. I have had one student, you give her a shot of caffeine, and she just couldn't sit still. I mean, it was weird. But she was like hypersensitive to caffeine. Let's see here. Tara, I tried to do your drumming session, which is 15 to 20 minutes. Do you know if you may make another drumming video, same soundtrack, but a longer time, maybe 20 or 30 minutes? Tara, that might actually be doable, actually. That is something me and Raven, my old mentor, have discussed because she actually uses the drumming track that you're talking about. She loves it too. So I have actually sat down and her and I have recorded a longer one for her. Grant you, it's not on an audio file that I can easily transfer. That would have been handy, wouldn't it? But because of that, we have discussed whether or not a longer one for more advanced meditation practitioners would be something that we could do. And I was thinking about recording it and possibly putting it up on YouTube, or adding it to the meditation class and the arcane senses class. I think there's even a track of it in the dragon magic class. But I mean, if you haven't taken the basic meditation class, because it actually covers basic to advanced meditation styles, our meditation class at the school, there might be a 30-minute track on that one. I'd have to double check, because if there's a 30-minute track on that, I might be able to just snag that and get it to a YouTube file. We might have to look into that, Terry. Thanks for reminding me. I'll put that on my to-do list this week. I ain't saying I'll get the video this week. I say I'll look into it this week. Let me clarify that. Let's see. We'll definitely try to do it. It's definitely one of the things we're trying to do. Yeah, actually, a lot of people seem to do really, really well with drumming. There's something very almost universal with the drumming. I've seen a lot of magicians try to categorize it. And I think my personal theory is that it's just so simple, it's easy to fall into. Less distraction than some of the more complicated meditation musics. But that's just a going theory. There's a few people who share my theory, but just a theory. Another thing is I got to make sure that if I do upload it to YouTube, that we got it set up so that it's not broken or interrupted somewhere along the way, because that's just going to screw up a meditation for sure. But yeah, I'll look into that for you, Tara. Colt, no problem. No problem. We actually make sure that was a free class because the arcane senses are that important. I got a few people that helped me film the meditation class, because that is like a massive class that really should have been broken into 3 classes. But when we launched it, it was $100, and I was like, meditation's too important. It is way too important. So we slashed that one down. A couple people who helped me film that was a little upset when I did that, and I was like, it's too important. We're cutting it. So we cut the price, but all the material's still there. It is a massive class. Tara, it can take time. It can take time. Don't get discouraged. We all develop differently. That's one reason that I'm not fond of answering the question, how long did it take me to do this, or how long does it normally take my students? Because everyone is different. We all walk our own path. We all will face our own individual obstacles. And you have to treat each one as such. Like when you guys come into Discord, many of you will ask the same questions, but I'm always going to ask for, or try to ask for, clarification so that I can best answer the question that you individually are dealing with. That's one reason I like these live streams, because I do the YouTube videos as a broad spectrum to try and cover as many possibilities as possible. But these allow me to come in and you have a specific question and I can clarify it directly. So don't get discouraged. Oh, that's one idea, Wasabi. I mean, the drumming that Tara's talking about, I won't call it necessarily. It's similar to a shamanic drumming. It's just this weird beat that's always been with me since my practice started, and part of me thinks it's been there even longer. My mom swears it has. She says I've been tapping out that beat since I was little. Hey, Lauren, you made it. What's up, girl? Good to see you. Honestly, LVX, I cannot relax laying down. I'm not a big fan of dream work. Most of you know that. It's too unreliable. Anytime you're working in the dream realm, too much needs interpreted. That's not a word. I don't know where I got that made up word from. So interpreted. But yeah, I do not relax well laying down, and I've never figured that one out. So all my work is either on the floor in a seiza position, sitting cross-legged, or ironically right here at my desk in my office chair. So it's like I've told many people, it's about getting comfortable, relaxing without falling asleep. That's another reason a lot of people don't like the laying down is they fall asleep. So it's then that adds a whole new layer. Let's see. Need a refill. My blood is dark roast at this point. Oh yeah, if you got one of those chairs that's like sitting on a freaking rock or actually I've sat in chairs that I'd rather sit on a rock. I'll be honest with you. I don't know about you all, but when I was in school, I'd rather sit on a board with nails in it than the desks we had. I swear, whoever designed them was like, we are going to make the most uncomfortable thing on the planet. And then they wonder why we could sleep anywhere. Hey, that's the good thing there, Tara. I mean, we get to take these paths, these practices, and these concepts, and make them our own and shape our own personal practice. Starlight, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I believe this is your first time here, so glad you can make it. And if it's not your first time, sorry. Sorry I forgot you. I got a lot of people in here. I usually lays down because I have bad ankle, and it always goes dead if I sit on the floor for long enough. Yeah, I totally get that, Lauren. Actually, the main reason I started using seiza in my rituals and meditation was someone told me it would help my bad knees a bit. I was doing some other things to help them, and I needed to build that flexibility up a little bit. And a friend of mine in Japan told me how they use what they call a seiza seat to, learn to go down a bit. So I basically made one of those and kept chopping bits off and working my way down. Now that's why I done it for my knees. I don't know, because if I sit cross-legged too long, I ain't getting up. Believe me, I will not get up. That's one reason I like having a staff, because if I get down, I got something to push myself up. Yeah, Tara, my knees aren't the best either. Totally. That's one reason I do like my chair. And actually, where I do sit and meditate seiza, I have a workout mat and a rug, so I got good cushion for my knees there. Oscar, aloha. Well, glad you can make it back, Starlight. Really is good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying the content. I'm going to have to assume you're enjoying my goofy antics up here on live stream because, well, you came back. I didn't run you off. Love and blessing to you too, Oscar. Now, Lauren, I will say this: when I sit Seiza, it stretches my ankle. So make sure you look into it. Maybe even ask your doctor before you do it, because I know I have at least one toe that no longer has a joint. We won't discuss what I've done to cause that. So I have to be careful with that foot. So make sure you take care of that ankle first and foremost. At the end of the day, if you can, just get you a nice chair like this and sit down in it. Make sure you watch your ankle, cover your ankle, make sure it's good. Take care of your body. You only got one. At least this time around, right? Oh yeah, Tara. My dad had bad arthritis. That's actually one reason I do focus on my health so much. And the fact that it got away from me kind of sucks because I know what he went through, and I'm trying to prevent getting to that same point. So this last year caused me to be an extra hermit than I normally was. We all know what I'm talking about. So I put on more weight than I thought I did, and just did not get out and get the exercise I normally do, hiking, doing things in the woods and whatnot. So I got some makeup work to do. But no, I totally get the arthritis thing. My dad had that bad, real bad, man. That's rough. So, handle the best you can. Lay down. That's what you need to do, by all means. That's actually probably largely due to energy movement through your body as you're meditating. There's large energy centers here in your hands. If you look at the circulatory system in your body and look at the nervous system and the blood vessels, energy will follow along those pathways the same as a river. And your hand has a large cluster of those. So that energy will actually come down in your hands. And since it's essentially a loop at that point, because it comes down and goes back up, that is a high vibrational point. I hope that makes sense. But I sometimes watch your video about Fae and dragons, and which was helpful. Oh, I'm glad you found it helpful. I am hoping to get more Fae videos up, Star. It's really hard to find good ones that I have enough information that I feel comfortable on, because y'all know I work mostly with dragons in the Norse, and most of my experience with the Fae has usually been through those two, until the recent notes I started getting for this Fae path working, which is something I myself have to do. Because until I walk through it and I do it and I know the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, I don't publish nothing unless I've already put myself through the meat grinder on it. So, but I am hoping to get more Fae videos out. Oh, my recipe stress. Don't worry, Laura. It's been like that for probably 20 years. Okay, yeah. Essentially, I broke it so bad it swelled and looked perfectly straight. So I was like, oh, look, it's fine, right? But when the swelling went down, it was actually like that. And at that point, the doctor said, he's like, well, I can re-break it or you can leave it. And I told him to leave it because I'm not paying someone to break my toe. So it's just been like that. Let's see. Hey, do what you can, Tara. We all got our our own little things to do there. But health is a big part. The better our health, it also helps our energy work as well. Fiona Stone, good evening. Glad you could join us. Welcome. I broke my ankle in 3 places and dislocated it too about 2. Yow. Ow, Lord. What'd somebody do? Run you over with a truck? Now, my docs are pretty certain I'm going to have arthritis set in at some point if I haven't already. They said it's a little harder to diagnose me due to the fact that, like, you have a high pain tolerance, so, but they're pretty sure something's going to set in on me at some point. At this point, I'm just trying to take care of my health so it don't set in to prove them wrong because I'm stubborn. Y'all know that. How about that? I take care of myself despite them. That depends. Honestly, if you are cycling the energy throughout your body, you should be fine. The vibrating's pretty natural. The more you work with energy, those vibrations are going to become pretty much second nature to you. You can direct it to working that you're doing. What was that? Just like a brighter and dimmer. I think the twins are screwing with my camera. It's a new camera. Don't screw it up. But the big thing is just make sure you are grounding after your meditations as well. Well, T, that's another way of saying it as well. Let's see. Oscar, is it useful as a silver ring? Or should I give it another use? Hey, it has the Solomon sigil. Did I miss the first part of that, Oscar? Oh, is what useful as a ring? Uh, I don't know. I'm not sure I follow you there, Oscar. I mean, you can have a silver ring. You don't, unless a tradition calls for it, you wouldn't need it. The Solomon sigil or the Seal of Solomon, I know a lot of magicians who enjoy having a ring with that on it. Some for looks, some because they actually follow semantic practice. But yeah. Let's see, Starlight, have you ever come across Centaur? Because bad experiences, which was not fun at all. In the Fey realms, yes, I've come across a few centaurs, and you're right, they are buttheads. They are very aggressive. They're not very friendly individuals by and large. And I could see why people would have a bad experience with them. And if they view you as trespassing or threatening in any way, their first thing is just trounce you. So, yeah, centaurs are aggressive. Aggressive is a nice word to say for centaurs. Let's see. No, I literally slipped on mud one night and sat on it. Oh, see, that's a southern thing right there. We can get beaten and broken by some of the darndest things, but we slip on mud, break your ankle in 3 places. Well, at least you make time to, make good on it. Lauren, you take care of that ankle, though, and I hope it gets better and stronger, okay? Okay, Oscar, could you quit posting the same thing over and over? It's at least the third time you posted it. YouTube's going to start yelling at both of us for spamming, Oscar. Oh, Lordy. Let's see here. Could a dragon fully guide someone in mind training / mastery meditation, like a Zen master, always knowing what's best for consistent progress? Yeah, actually. They really could. I know a few people who they started Magic as students of mine. They learned their meditation and everything. They went into Dragon Magic, and that's all they've ever done. They focused on Dragon Magic, working with their guardian and their co, and they have had that constant guidance, that constant teaching, that constant development. And in some cases, I would say they've surpassed me in areas of meditation, even divinations. So yeah, it's very doable. You can either branch out into other things, or you can just focus on Dragon Magic should you want to. Me, myself, I'm curious. I'm always going to run someplace else and try and learn. I just can't help it. Dragon Magic will probably always be my primary, my foundation because of that. And I have so many good friends there, and I will always go back to them as my primary teachers. Them and Odin and Freya. But yeah, you could do that. And there goes that weird lighty thing again. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, centaurs make good friends if you can actually get them to talk to you and make that friendship star. So that's good to know. You got your good friend right there. You got a robo. There you go, Lauren. Yeah. Pretty much the same way you'd manifest money through anything, Axiom. If you actually go to the channel, you'll find a prosperity dragon called X Boon Well. He's an earth dragon. Working with him is a wonderful way to manifest money. Also, we got 2 prosperity spells on this channel, both of which have been tried, tested multiple times, even by viewers of this channel. So yeah, all those would be great ways to manifest money. But here's the thing. You don't just have to manifest money. You also have to manage it well. Because manifesting money and blowing it on stupid crap ain't going to do you no good. It's like Odin says, even a fool can come into money, but he will waste it. And he will find himself in the ditches and poor. Let's see. Currently, Wasabi, that's a big no. The Fey Realms are currently closed off to eat all humans right now. Have been for 200 years-ish, ballpark. So currently, that'd be a big no. Do you have any suggestions for someone with ADHD trying to meditate? Yes, Oscar, I do. try movement meditation or focused meditation. Where focused meditation is where you're actually focused on a goal. You're trying to achieve something. And because of that, your brain can lock in on that and move from around and, kind of guide you where you're going. Now, also, you want to do something called thought clearing, sometimes referred to as bubble meditations. And what that is, while you're doing your focused meditation, pardon me, when something drifts in, whether it be your ADHD or not, take the time, look at it, ask yourself, is this relevant to what I'm working on? Is this relevant to what I'm focused on? And practice pushing it away if it's not. This way, you're constantly active. You're constantly working with these things that are coming in. So as your ADHD brings it in, you examine it, you take the time to look at it, and you push it away. This way, you're constantly moving, but you're staying on focus, and that actually really helps you stay active, and it really keeps you lasered on that ADHD. It does take practice. It will take practice to pull those over, examine them, and then toss them to the side. But that is one of the best ways to do it. Movement meditation is nice because you're constantly moving. Let's see here. Tara, I think a lot of us like blowing our money. Well, okay, I don't. I'm more of the invested minded person. I like to put my money to work for me. Abraham, Lilith will work with dragons and whatnots, but Lilith herself is not a dragon. She can take on a draconic form, but she is not a dragon. So either it's a dragon and not Lilith, or it's Lilith, not a dragon. You can't have both. But it could be Lilith. Lilith has many, many faces, and she does have many, many lessons to teach. So on that little bit of information you give, I really couldn't tell you for sure. Okay, let me rephrase that, Tara. We're blocked from moving there physically. You can still astral travel and soul travel to the Fey realms just fine. It's just physically migrating over, as was the question. That's what we're blocked from. There's no way to physically make that transition any longer. So no, I'm not blocked from the Fey realms. In fact, working on this path working, I've probably spent more time in the Fey realms in the last 6 months than I have in a long time. But I will say this: the notes that I'm getting in preparation for actually walking this path working is freaking amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, actually, Oscar, Astral Sanctums, since it's a very active process, very creative, your ADHD shouldn't get in the way. Just create. And if you're working on something and you're half done with it and you decide, okay, I'm done creating this chair, I'm gonna go over here and create a fireplace. Just do it. Just go with the flow, Oscar. Uh, Sama, the only real benefit that would come from that would be the slight um, natural ability to work with energy. Assuming that's actually the case, which I'll just have to take you on your word there. I do see you're spelling vampire as similar to the Strigoi V. So I'm not exactly sure which direction you're coming from because there are many different communities there. But yeah, it'd mostly be that slight energy manipulation increase. And every vampire I've met, in all honesty, um, yeah, they're kind of in the same boat, man. Abraham, a woman dressed in black is not enough to go on. Dragons can appear and wear whatever they want. You're going to have to give me more to go on, man. I mean, you keep popping up and asking the same questions over and over and over, and we keep trying to get more out of you, but you won't give it. So I hate to be the rude dude, but if you can't give me more information, I'm not really sure what to do because this is the third or fourth time you and I's had this conversation. I think twice in stream and a few times elsewhere. So dressed in black is not a description. Oscar, a question. Have you ever seen energy but black with your physical eyes? You know, Oscar, I don't know how to answer that one. That's weird because you do get to a point where when your arcane senses, your physical eyes are active, but your arcane sight's active at the same time. So you're kind of perceiving like an overlay kind of thing. And it does very much feel like you're perceiving it with your physical eyes. So I have seen energy in that manner, but I don't know if I'd call that my physical eyes or not. And I did it a few times even before I worked on my arcane senses in depth. Um, so I'm of a mind that I'm thinking that happened naturally without me actually having trained my arcane sight back then. Um, so I don't really know how to answer that. That scientific part of me just it's like since it happens with the overlay and I know it happens that way, I'm hesitant to just say a yes on that. Does that make sense, Oscar? Oh, Lauren, awesome. Thank you for the ADHD comment. That's great. See, Oscar, Lauren there, she actually is actually, ugh, actually, there's too many actuallys there. The Sanctum actually was able to help her quite a bit. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Mugs up to you. Let's see. Uh, I'm not sure what kind of powers you're talking about, Austin, because it it's not about what powers are granted. See, that is that if you're looking at it that way, you're approaching it from the wrong direction. If you're expecting the ability to fly, sling fireballs, any of that, nope, not going to happen. Magic is about manipulating energy and understanding those energies to create a manifestation or work within the other realms. So when you say arcane senses, evocation, and astral travel, you really have already covered in some degree all those. If you really get a handle on journey work, evocation and invocation, divinations. You really have mastered it because, well, not mastered, but you have what you, there's nothing you can't step out, pursue, and manifest. It might take time, it might take some figuring, but those are the cores of manifestation. That's the reason the dragons refer to those as the three arcane pillars. Because if you got those, you can get anywhere. See, oh, okay. I'm going to finish up here, and then I will do a quick closing here because we're at our hour, and I've got more work to do, unfortunately. No rest for the drink. Let's see here. And everybody thumbs up to Lauren because she's been very helpful. And she has a robo ankle. Sorry, had to say it, Lauren. You know me. Help a friend. Oh, well, no, these are conversations between you all. I don't have to answer these. Oh, no problem, Austin. It really is amazing. And I understand your question. I really do. I wasn't making fun of you or nothing. Don't think that, my man. It really is amazing because the dragons originally laid out the arcane pillars to me. And I've spent years constantly testing them, looking for a flaw. But if you have that foundation of meditation and trance work, and then you seek to actually gain as much mastery as possible on divinations, evocation, invocation, and journey work / soul travel and astral travel, you really can seek answers and manifestations from there if you can really nail those down. One thing that has been discussed is potentially doing some kind of a course that focuses on those four things, similar to the since we have the meditation course and it even touches on trance work, to attempt to do a in-depth deep dive course similar to that on the three arcane pillars. And this is something me and a few colleagues have discussed and how we would set it up, how I would do it. I've even talked to a few of them about coming on camera, helping with the filming, actually, so it's not just me there, and we can get different points of view. Still just in talks, though. So we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do that, as well if any of them would be interested in helping with the filming of it, those kinds of things. But me personally, I want to see all three of those courses done. I really do. So hopefully my dream will come true and we'll be able to get those to you all. Let's see. Terror, sorry I don't have so many questions. It's okay. It's all good. It's Robo Ankle Squad. There you go, Lauren. Yeah, I mean, it's like I've told you before, Abraham. Try talking to her. Ask her. I mean, Terradar's got it on point. So, yeah, try it this time. Please. You can do it. We believe in you, Abraham. Yeah, Oscar, it is totally, you do not have to be in a meditative state for your arcane senses to be activated. You do not. Meditation is something we can do, but you can use your arcane senses anytime, any place when you're walking around. I keep mine open 24/7, which kind of gets weird from occasion, especially here living in the South. There's a lot of haunted crap around here. But yeah, you don't have to be in a meditative state. which is good because that means you know they're open. You just need to gain a bit more mastery of them. That's a good thing. "99% of the time, Pterodor, you ask, you'll get an answer of some kind that will point you to a more clarification," which is what I've been trying to get the guy to do so far. Hopefully he'll listen to you. All right, everyone, I have got to get back to work, making more videos and content for you all, and drinking more coffee. Always got to drink the coffee, y'all know that. And outlining some videos, as well as got to make some phone calls. In fact, talking about those classes on the arcane pillars. That's actually one of the phone calls I got to make tonight. My buddy Joseph down in Arizona, if you're watching this, dude, you can expect my phone call real soon because we got to discuss, first off, that trade for the pipe tobacco that you're wanting from me. And we're going to be discussing some trance classes as well as some journey work, my man. So be ready to answer the phone. And tell the wife I said hi. And whatever it is you got in trouble for today, Joseph, not my fault. All right, everyone. You have a wonderful evening. You take it easy. Let's see. It's Friday. So have a freaking awesome weekend. Enjoy. Stay safe. Have a lot of fun. Try and get some relaxation in there. And I'll see y'all Sunday for the magical coffee hour so we can end this weekend with some laughs. What do y'all say? So, okay, hold on. Just a question, connecting with your dragon guardian, does it take time? Yes, it can take time. Once you actually meet the guardian, let's say you use the guided meditation here on this channel, Star, you will still need to spend time with them daily, talk with them, and build that friendship. Think of it just like a real friendship. You actually have to spend the time with them, talk with them, hang out with them. Heck, the twins will be in here cooking with me. In fact, while I'm on the phone with Joe, I'm about to start a pot of chili. I can guarantee you those two will be in there helping me cook the chili. So it is a time-consuming process. That's the big thing with Dragon Magic that makes it hard. You got to take that time and invest in building a real relationship, not just a call them up when you need something relationship. That actually insults the dragons, and they will be less likely to help you if you try that stuff. So take that time, build that relationship. I think in the Dragon Magic 101 course, I say take a minimum of a week to get to know your guardian before you even attempt to move on to the co. But honestly, it's one of those things you constantly want to work to do, Star. And when you do it, trust me, they'll become more than friends. They will become family. Me and my wife don't know what we would do without these dragons hanging around the house 24/7 anymore. They're just family. So yeah, take your time, build those up, and include them in things. If you're whatever your hobbies are, include them, even if it's video games, cooking, whatever. All right, everyone. Y'all have a fantastic evening, and I will see you Sunday. Take it easy. Bye-bye.